Welcome to Interviews, hosted by Randy Goodman, Harvey Callis Real Estate, your real estate professional. Get to know our community, our businesses, products, and services that will elevate your life. Please welcome your hostess, Randy Goodman.
Hey everybody, it's Randy Goodman here from Harvey Callis Real Estate, and I am thrilled to be chatting it up with Muneerah Shiraz, who is a holistic nutritionist, and I'm looking forward to finding out what the holistic part of that is. Thank you, Muneerah, for being on with me.
Thank you so much, Randy. I appreciate this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to having a fun discussion with you.
Awesome. So looking forward to it too. So first of all, tell us, what is a holistic nutritionist?
Okay, sounds good. So you already know what a nutritionist is. Nutritionists work with food, help people use food as medicine to improve their health, improve their bodies. When it comes to holistic nutritionists, we are looking at the whole picture. So if somebody comes to me with, let's say, diabetes, I'm not just looking at their blood sugar levels. I'm looking at emotional health, I'm looking at stress, I'm looking at mental well-being, and I'm also not necessarily following the food guide.
Right.
I'm looking at what foods suit this body, what foods work for this body, and what foods don't, and we work with that. So there are no hard and fast rules, but we're looking at the whole big picture, and we're working with this unique person to help them improve their health with the foods that suit them, as opposed to just anything.
And I love that because, you know, so many people think they just take a diet off the shelf and it's going to work for them. And they do it for months and months and months and nothing changes. And they're wondering, well, I'm following it 100%. Why isn't this working for me? So what you're saying basically is just because one thing works for one person doesn't mean it works for someone else's body, right?
That's right. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
I love that. What makes you so passionate about this topic?
I think because I learned it firsthand. So it's not that I've been a nutritionist forever myself. I used to do a corporate job, and I used to have cravings, always giving into those donuts and chocolates at my colleagues' desks, tired forever, overweight. And I just thought that's how life was post-kids,
Right.
And I had some health issues that the medical system did not have answers for. Then my kids got health issues that the medical system had no answers for.
Wow.
So we started looking at alternative health, and whoa, the world just opened up for us. This was also the time that I was done with my career. I used to be in human resources, and I was like, I want to do something more meaningful. Somehow when you hit the 40s, you want to do more meaningful things. You want to help people more. I stumbled upon the website of the nutrition school, and I was like, okay. And today I know it was meant to be.
Right.
Because my world had already opened up and alternative health had helped, alternative healthcare had helped my family so much and me.
Right.
I was like, okay, this is the way to go. So that's how I got into nutrition.
Wow. Okay, so we know you didn't always do this. So give us a little bit of that history. Like when you graduated from, say, high school, what did you think you were going to do, or did you have an idea what you were going to do?
Oh, well, in school, I wanted to be an inventor.
Okay.
And as time went on, I did a lot of work in fashion merchandising many years ago.
Okay.
And then I was in human resources, like I said. But, I tell people, my biggest thing to people is, when you look at me, don't think, oh, this is a nutritionist who loves kale and carrots and grew up eating this way. I am the nutritionist that grew up on 3 Coca-Colas a day, unlimited white bread. I used to go to boarding school, and I used to have 4 tuck bags, Randy. 1 with chips, 1 with cookies, 1 with chocolates, and 1 with instant noodles.
Oh,
and
so healthy.
Yeah, that was my diet, and that's how it continued. So, I totally get people who are like, oh man, how do I transfer over to like a healthier lifestyle? And for me, it's like, yeah, like, you can get there. If I can get there, you can get there. Because I wasn't one who was like crazy about, squash and pumpkin soups and things.
Right.
So that's my backstory. Yeah, that I'm not coming from the garden variety.
So you said that you were in HR, you were in the corporate world. What made you leave the corporate world?
I just thought everything was superficial, especially in HR. It was like, everybody knew what they should be doing, how they should be looking after their employees, but they didn't do it. So it was like fighting fires that were unnecessary. And it was, like I said, it was just not fruitful for me. I had done HR for a blue chip, corporate organization like a Forbes top 100. I had done HR for not-for-profit. I had done HR as consulting. So I had done all, components of HR that I possibly could.
Right.
And when I was looking out for a career change, this is what came to me. I think this is what it was meant to be. That's why I am where I am today.
Yeah, and I always say this, but it's our experiences that, quite often will give us a change of career, right? In your 40s, in your 50s, whenever it happens. But
yeah,
usually something that happened in your life, if you change at all, it's usually something, an event or something that happened to you in your life that caused the change. So I love that.
yeah,
And thank you for sharing that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know, and now I'm meeting so many people in the same situation, that something happened in their life and they had a career switch.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that happened to me.
Yeah.
I separated at 40, and it's like, what am I gonna do now? And I was home for 15 years, so it's like, I did some side businesses and gals and all kinds of stuff, but it was like, okay, what now? So I get it. So you are helping people now. Can you tell us a little bit about how you help people? So just so they understand what your position is.
Yeah, sure. So my niche is working with women 40 plus to help them boost their metabolism. So this is people whose metabolism has slowed down. In a lot of cases, it's weight related. They want to lose weight. They just want to learn to eat healthy. I get a lot of clients who are like, weight is not my concern. If I lose weight, great. If I don't, it doesn't matter. But I just want to learn to eat healthy, right? So that's my focus. Women 40 plus who want to boost their metabolism, lose weight, or just eat healthy. So I work with them in 3 ways. One is private coaching. I do everything completely online. So I have clients all over the world.
Okay.
So I'm based in Vancouver, but I have clients everywhere. So one is to do private coaching, which is where I see them as private individual clients and work with them now. And then I would give them protocols, and we would talk about how they can improve their diet. So meal plans, any supplements they need to do, any lab testing that I feel they need to do. So that's one component.
Right.
The second way I help people is I have a 12-week online program called Recharge Your Metabolism. So anybody that wants to come into a group format and work with me on that, then people do that. That's very good for weight loss. And it so happens that the next one is starting next week, but that's very good for that. And so I have that. And then third, I do talks. I love to go out into the community and do talks. So I've done talks in schools. I do corporate lunch and learns. And basically anybody that wants to have me come in and do a talk for like a women's circle, I'm happy to do that. But I'm very focused on working with women.
I love that. Like, you can go in and teach the students on how to be eating healthier, because from personal experience that you could be eating the worst things in the world just because you need to get by during the day, right? But not realizing that you're really not feeding yourself nutrition, and you get to go into the schools and educate these children on how they can live a healthier life and not end up with the issues that we end up with later on, right?
Exactly. Like, we have to start young, right, before those habits develop. And that's what I try to do with my kids, that yes, I'm a big believer, Randy, of the 80-20 rule, which is that if you eat healthy 80% of the time, you can indulge 20%. Because I'm a foodie. At the end of the day, I love to try different cuisines. I love to eat out, and I don't want to deprive my kids either, because there's a lot of peer pressure that, other kids in school are bringing more junky foods or McDonald's or a lot of candy. But my thing with them is, okay, we're going to eat healthy, but yes, we can sometimes have ice cream and we can sometimes have chocolate and whatever else they want to have. So I think you can't go extreme with kids. You got to have some reasoning with them and some kind of balance.
Right. Okay. So I have two questions for you. One is, first of all, some people think, oh, if I exercise, I don't have to watch what I eat. Is that true?
No. Exercise is super important.
Okay, so it really is all about what you put in your mouth, correct?
Very important, because you can be exercising, but your diet is awful. And if your diet is awful, it's eventually going to lead to health conditions. Like I know people who exercise like crazy and, oh, but I'm not losing weight. Well, they have very high stress levels. Mm-hmm. When stress levels are very high, the body's constantly releasing the hormone cortisol. When the hormone cortisol is constantly out there, it's not going to let you lose weight. Right. So, it's like you got to work and I'm going to say this, there's food, there's exercise, and there's mindset when it comes to like weight loss, right? They've all got to work together. That's very important.
Okay, so I lied. I'm going to ask three questions because one more popped in my head while you were talking. Intermittent fasting, are you for it?
I'm for it. It's not for everybody though, but I've had amazing results. My clients have had amazing results. So it's a great strategy to adopt for most people.
Okay, good. And then, so with the intermittent fasting, do you say that even in the time frame that you're allowed to eat, that you should still have time in between because you're talking about the cortisol levels? Is it okay to eat the whole time that you're in eating time, or should you still be breaking in between?
I would say you should still be breaking, but if you need a snack, you can have it. But the whole thing with intermittent fasting is you're having 2 big meals. So right. After having your first big meal, you really shouldn't need anything till the second meal because it's a very small eating window.
Right.
But if you needed like a small snack, a piece of fruit, some crackers, something like that, that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my last question that I was going to ask you is with the 80-20 rule, just so people understand, because I used to do this, since I got married. Before marriage, never an issue with weight. When I got married, it's been like this the whole time, right? Yeah. Since then. And even getting rid of them, I'm still doing this. Yeah. but at one point it was like, okay, and you try this program and that program, whatever. I mean, it's $1 billion industry, right? And multi-billion-dollar industry. It's huge. But, yeah. You say, okay, I'm going to eat healthy all week long, and then I'm going to have your cheat meal, right? So you have your cheat meal. But what I would do is, like, I actually can't work like that, because I would think the whole week about all the things I want to cheat with, collect them, and then it didn't become a cheat meal. It became, okay, well, I'm going to cheat at dinner anyway. I might as well cheat when I wake up, and then kind of cheat throughout the whole day. And then eventually it became, well, tomorrow's my cheat day, so I'm going to start the night before, right? And you end up gaining 3 or 4 pounds in this cheat meal that you were supposed to have, and you spend the rest of the week taking it off. So can you clarify, what exactly do you mean if people can, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's done that, right? But so you're saying eating healthy 80% of the time, you can do whatever 20% of the time. To me, like, I could easily gain 3-4 pounds in that time. So can you clarify to people, what do you mean when you say the 80-20? Like, in reality?
No, I'm glad you brought it up, because yes, you're right. Everybody can have different interpretations of the 20%. So 80% of the time you're eating healthy, depending on, what's healthy for you. As in, like, if you were working with me, I would say to you, these are the foods to eat, these are the foods to avoid. Now, the 20% may be that you went out for dinner to a restaurant with your friends, and let's say you follow a low carb ketogenic kind of diet, right? So you normally wouldn't eat pasta or bread or anything. But, you know, you're at an Italian restaurant and you want to have a piece of garlic bread, or you want to have like 2 bites from your friend's birthday chocolate cake, right? That is the 20%. That 20% is not that, okay, I'm going to eat healthy Monday to Friday, I almost starve myself, and then Saturday, I am going to go to, you know, McDonald's or whatever, wherever, hopefully somewhere nicer than McDonald's. And I'm going to have this huge pasta with garlic bread, with a whole slice of chocolate, and, you know, like 5 glasses of wine and whatever. No, it's not about being focused on the cheat day. It's just that you are pretty much eating healthy for this next phase of your life, but you are not going to deprive yourself. You're not going to go to a party and not try any of the foods. I remember going to a party once and a friend of mine was on a diet. The only thing she had in her plate the entire evening were 3 pieces of raw broccoli.
Right.
And because, oh, I can't eat anything else. It was a beautiful Thai feast. And I was like, what a pity. You can be on a diet, you can be on a mission to lose weight, but you should be able to try a little bit, even if it was 1 bite of everything, you should be able to try that, right? Like I said, I'm a foodie, so if I would never be able to live on like raw food forever.
Right.
So the idea is that you eat healthy, not just for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. No, I tell my clients that I will work with those that are willing to make this change for the next whole phase of their life, right? You cannot eat in your 50s and 60s and 70s the way you ate in your 20s. You cannot. I know. I know. Well, that's where all the health issues start, right, Randy? That's the challenge. So it's about thinking about that, but at the same time, not depriving yourself, and that's where the 20% comes.
Okay, I love that. Love that. So who should be working with you? Like, what are they thinking right now? What are they going through? Who's the right person to reach out to you?
Okay, so it's like I said, women 40 plus. The women who have either, you know, they have weight to lose and it's causing health issues for them, and they've tried different things. Maybe they've tried extreme diets or whatever, but who are like, I am fed up with dieting. I am done with dieting. I just want a sustainable way to, 1, lose weight, and to maintain a healthy diet and lifestyle. Right. So those are the women. Like I've had people come to me who want to join my program, and I said, no, this is not the program for you, because they are not willing to do that. All they want is, I just need to lose 30 pounds in like 6 weeks. Can you help me with that? I don't do that, right? I'm all about sustainability, because once you join my program and once you learn the way to eat and the way to live, I don't want you going back to your old ways. This is how I want you to continue. And I have seen, you know, it's one thing to say, oh yeah, I want to be a couple of dress sizes down. It's another thing to see the improvement in your health. When you see those blood sugar numbers drop, when you see things like sleep apnea go, when you see blood pressure drop, you know, those are the important things. So, you know, if I have to be a size 2 and unhealthy, or a size 6 and very healthy, or a size 8 and very healthy, like I would pick the 8 any day, right? Because health is more important. As we're growing older, you know, we don't want to be dependent on the medical system. We don't want to be dependent on our children as we are older. We don't want to be bedridden. So it's very important that we learn to eat for this next phase of life. It's a little different, and like I said, you know, you still get your indulgences, but those are the people that I'm looking to work with, who are ready for that and who are ready to take their own health in their own hands.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And how you also like to give back to society. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, well, I do, because I just recently moved from Toronto to Vancouver. I'm not really set up with any organization in Vancouver, though I was just about to start working with growing chefs who actually go into schools and teach children how to grow vegetables, and then how to also enjoy those vegetables in the form of meals. But otherwise, I do obviously give donations whenever I can to local communities and communities back home who need it. My husband is part of the Rotary Club, so I support them whenever I can, you know, with auctions and raffles and any volunteering that I can do.
Right, right. Okay, I love it. I love it. Thank you. So how can people contact you? How can they find you?
Okay, so Facebook is my hangout. That's where I am all the time. And most of my people are there. So my business is called Wellness Redone. And there is a Wellness Redone website, wellnessredone.com. And there is a Wellness Redone Facebook page. But the Facebook page where I share a lot of information about, the post-40 lifestyle and what to eat and what to do is called Weight Loss for 40 and Beyond. And that's on Facebook, Weight Loss for 40 and Beyond. And you can join that group. Obviously, it's free. And you can come into my world, see what kind of work I do, and, hang out with other people, other women who are in, looking for similar information and looking for similar solutions.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. That was awesome.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you for the opportunity. And, if anybody wants to reach out, if anybody has questions, that you can always reach out to me. You can email me at info@wellnessredone.com or just come into my Facebook world and I'll be, happy to meet up there and chat there.
Perfect. Well, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Randy. I really do appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you for listening to this interview hosted by Randy Goodman. We hope you will take action and connect with the incredible business people and leaders in our community. And remember, Randy is always here to answer any questions you have regarding your real estate needs. Be sure to register on the website and stay up to date on what's happening in your area at parkbench.com/millpond.